Hi, I'm Elaine Vickers and welcome to my video series on cancer treatments. In this video, I'll introduce immunotherapies, treatments that help the immune system kill cancer cells. You might remember from my cancer basics videos why our risk of cancer goes up as we get older. Over time, our cells accumulate damage in their DNA. This causes them to create faulty proteins, changes their behaviour, and sometimes causes a cell to become a cancer cell. Normally, cells of our immune system, our white blood cells, spot and destroy these faulty cells and the problem is solved. It's only if our immune system fails to destroy the faulty cells that we might develop cancer. Targeted therapies tackle the first problem. They are treatments that target the faulty proteins and faulty behaviours exhibited by our cancer cells because of the mutations in their DNA. Immunotherapies are treatments that tackle the second problem. They are treatments that give the immune system a helping hand to destroy cancer cells. If you haven't already watched it, now might be a good time to watch the video from my Cancer Basics playlist called How Our Immune System Spots Cancer. In it, I explain that white blood cells called T cells, T lymphocytes, are best at killing cancer cells, although macrophages and natural killer cells, NK cells, can help too. The goal of most modern immunotherapies is to help T cells spot and destroy cancer cells. These are our T cell directed immunotherapies. There are a few immunotherapies, mostly used to treat blood cancers like leukemia, lymphoma and myeloma, where the target is the NK cells and the macrophages. These are the NK cell and macrophage directed immunotherapies. I'll start with the T cell directed treatments as there's a lot more of them and they're given to more cancer patients. By the way, if you like my teaching style and want some education for your team, then do get in touch and there are links in the description below. There are many ways of helping T cells, T lymphocytes. We'll start with the treatments that increase a cancer's visibility to the immune system. One way of creating more cancer-fighting T cells is to cause lots of cancer cells to die in a really messy way. Another approach is to create a vaccine that teaches the immune system what it should be looking out for. Examples include oncolytic viruses, a fancy name for viruses that infect and burst cancer cells and create lots and lots of debris for the immune system, and treatment vaccines, more precise treatments that teach the immune system exactly what to look out for. Another way to help T cells fight cancer is to encourage the body to create more of them. One way to boost T cell numbers is with an immune checkpoint inhibitor that targets a protein called CTLA-4. T cells have enemies, other cells that suppress them and tell them to die. You might remember from the Cancer Basics video called Tumours Are Complicated Places that two of T cells' main enemies are the myeloid-derived suppressor cells and the regulatory T cells. We don't yet have drugs that specifically kill these cells, but chemotherapy and radiotherapy can do this a bit, and more precise treatments are being developed. Another way we can help T cells is by helping them stay active for longer. T cells inside a tumour might kill cancer cells for a week or two, but then they slow down, become exhausted, and might even die. Immune checkpoint inhibitors that target PD-1, PD-L1, and LAG-3 can help T cells stay active for longer, allowing them to kill more cancer cells. In order to kill a cancer cell, a T cell needs to get within touching distance of it. A relatively new group of treatments are the T cell engagers, many of which are modified, bispecific, double-ended antibodies. These special antibodies connect with something on the surface of a cancer cell and with a protein on T cell. They create a physical connection that causes the T cell to kill the cancer cell. If a person's immune system has created lots of cancer-fighting T cells, then there's another strategy open to us. That is to remove samples of tumour, isolate the T cells from it, give those T cells encouragement to multiply, and then give them back to the person as an army of fresh, lively T cells. This approach is called TIL therapy, or tumour infiltrating lymphocyte therapy. but it only works if the tumour already contains lots of T cells. Lastly, we have the immunotherapies that involve creating new types of T cells, an example being CAR T cell therapy. This treatment involves taking T cells from the patient's blood, purifying them and giving them a new gene. This gene forces the T cells to make a new protein, and that protein is called a CAR protein. Covered in its new CAR proteins, the T cells travel the body looking for cancer cells to destroy. I hope this gives you an idea of the various ways that we can help T cells. But there are some immunotherapies that don't target T cells. Instead, they target NK cells and macrophages. The most common approach is to give the patient an antibody treatment that attaches to something on the surface of their cancer cells. This antibody then recruits and activates NK cells and macrophages. This approach works best against blood cancers. In solid tumours, NK cells and macrophages have often lost their ability to kill cancer cells. Lastly, there are a few immunotherapies that don't fit into either category. They don't activate T cells or NK cells or macrophages. These are general boosters of various types of white blood cells. As new immunotherapies are developed, some of these more general treatments are being given less and less. But some, like the immunomodulators used for certain blood cancers, remain important treatments. To recap, immunotherapies are treatments that harness the immune system to treat cancer. Many are directed at T cells, and there are lots of different approaches. Many of these treatments are effective either against solid tumours or against blood cancers, but not both. Some immunotherapies target macrophages and NK cells. Don't forget, if you enjoy my teaching style and you want some education for your team, find me on LinkedIn or contact me through my website, and there are links in the description below.